Greetings Formula One fans. Today we are talking about Petronas, the title sponsor of one of Mercedes teams in Formula One and their current situation. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and want to see more videos just like this one. For those who are unfamiliar with Petronas and Mercedes, here's some information that will explain more about them. Petronas stands for Petroleum National Berhad, a global provider of energy and energy solutions. As one of the Fortune Global 500 largest corporations, Petronas seeks out and invests in both hydrocarbons and renewables across the globe to maximise value. With a portfolio of conventional and unconventional resources, Petronas offers fuel, lubricants, petrochemical products to maximise value. Petronas is the name of the Malaysian oil and gas company established in 1974. Petroleum Nasional Berhad acronyms down to Petronas. The company is 100% government owned and governed. It is 158th on the list of the largest companies in the world, like Gazprom in Russia. There's a lot of business there. They have their headquarters in Malaysia's Petronas Towers, one of the tallest buildings in the world at the time. Petrol gas is their game. I think the next big thing will quite literally be about their involvement in Formula One as opposed to its company itself. The Mercedes team has a different level of support than just a title sponsor. That means they provide all the fuel, oils and fuel lubricants and all of that good stuff. It's like liquid gold to them. I want to talk about Formula One. What is their history? How did they begin? If you know much about Red Bull, you'll know that they started their official Formula One sponsorship in 1995 with Sauber. The official team name was the Red Bull Sauber Formula One team, but Petronas Formula One team was the name used for the 1995 Sauber C14 on August 18, 1995. Initially, Sauber was planning on developing their own engine, which would have been incredible to see a Sauber engine moving forward. Having that Sauber engine going forward would have been very exciting. Petronas was going to sponsor the Sauber team, but there was an Asian financial crisis that affected Petronas. Well, being Malaysian, they pulled out of the venture but kept on sponsoring. They sponsored Sauber for 14 years. There's been a lot of change since 1995. In 1995, there was just a slight sponsorship on the rear wing. They kind of owned the rear wing of the car, but then, in 1996, they changed significantly. In the beginning, Petronas had their trademark teal next to Red Bull's blue, and it was not really until BMW purchased that livery changed so much. In 2001, Credit Suisse came in and took a bit of that Red Bull sponsorship. Other than that, it did not move much. This was a team that was owned by BMW from 2006 to 2009. They used some beautiful liveries which had Petronas sponsorship on the side and the rear wing. In 2009, Mercedes announced their Brawn model at the end of the season. Petronas was all over that. Mercedes became the title sponsor and have remained so ever since. BMW did not become the title sponsor until Toulouse, and Petronas were lost at the same time, which started a pretty poor run of liveries for Sauber F1. It's a long shot, but at least they survived, which is more important than anything else. Now, I have no idea, but I have a theory in terms of why Petronas moved to Mercedes away from Sauber Bern, not only that they may have anticipated. Mercedes has always been successful as a manufacturer, but also if you look at Petronas on the cell bar, it's been very bright throughout most of that period. Petronas is trying to position itself as a more clinical brand, and I think they wanted to be more clinical. It's a colourful car, and it's quite a fun looking vehicle. I mean, it's not sleek and clinical, but it's quite playful looking. While the teal colour was a bright hue, it provides how they can incorporate that into a livery on the Mercedes and make it seem a little more sleek and professional. They probably moved because they wanted to reposition the brand or establish their brand as a Mercedes level brand. So I think that's a big reason why they've moved. In a sense, that's the opposite of what McLaren did. McLaren started very corporate and clinical, launching with the silver and the Vodafone, and then slowly transitioned to the orange and began to be more fun. McLaren has decided that that's what they will do. So, Petronas has also decided on their future in Formula 1. As much as we can predict a company's future when we talk about gas and oil-based companies, that's not an easy thing to predict because the industry seems to have a lot of uncertainty as to where it's going to be in 50 years. Although both Mercedes and Petronas have benefited from the Mercedes team's success, I would be very surprised if they did not continue their collaboration since their success has done wonders for both brands. There is no doubt Mercedes is a true light performance brand. Before Mercedes took over the team, they were a bit of an old man brand. As far as I'm concerned, they have turned around, and Petronas has done their work well, being on the side of the dominant car that will be looked for a long time down the road. And that is going to do their brand a great deal of good. What do you think about Petronas? Do you believe they will become an iconic sponsor in years to come? Think of Marlboro, Benetton, JPS. Those are these sponsors. Will Petronas have that kind of significance in the future? I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I would appreciate a thumbs up and your subscription to our YouTube channel to see what we do next.